Hello there, it's Leslie Fightmaster, and welcome to day 29 of our 30-day challenge. Let's start by sitting up nice and tall. Take the hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice or send out a dedication. As always, all intentions, dedications are welcome. We're going to come onto our backs and draw your right knee into your chest. Circle your right ankle in one direction and then reverse it. Inhale, right leg straight up toward the ceiling. Keep your breath nice and steady, breathing in and out through the nose. Keep the left leg active as well. The left toes point up, the left ankle is flexed. And then draw the knee in again. This time lift your head and shoulders up and lift the left leg up. Cradle your head in your hands if your neck bothers you at all, or hold the leg, or fingertips reach forward is probably the most challenging. Then extend that right leg up again. Keep holding the left leg off the floor and then sitting all the way up. Now that might not work the first time, but come into boat pose. You can hold on to the legs as you make your way up to seated. Long spine, keep the belly lifted, and then lean all the way back. Draw the left knee into the chest, circling the left ankle in one direction, and reverse it. And then extending your left leg up toward the ceiling, stretching out the hamstrings. Steady breathing. So we're going to work toward a handstand. It's more of a handstand prep. So we'll stretch out the hamstrings, get those ready. We'll work on core strength, firming the belly muscles. So this is what we're doing now. Lift the head and shoulders up, right leg off the floor. You can cradle the head or reach the fingertips forward or keep holding onto that left leg. Keep breathing here. Just a couple more breaths. Now, if you have any back issues, then please take your hands to the floor. Otherwise, lift that left leg up. Fingertips are still reaching toward the front of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands on the floor or not. Come up to seated into boat pose, Navasana. You can also hold on to the backs of the thighs here. Then cross at your shins and we'll come forward onto hands and knees. Line up your wrists under your shoulders with your knees under your hips, and then extend both legs back and find plank pose, the top of a push-up. Please feel free to take the knees down, or if you want to keep the knees off the floor, make sure to lift the legs up and then lower all the way to the floor. Knees can be up or down. Inhale, peel the chest up for cobra pose. Exhale, tuck the toes, come to the knees, and then lift up and back for downward facing dog. Check that your arms are shoulders distance apart and the feet are hips distance. Feel free to bicycle the legs here as you continue to warm up. Bend both knees and lengthen out the spine. Keep that length as you stretch the legs back. Inner thighs spin back, arms and ears are in line. Remember, breathing. Inhale, right leg back and up. Keep the hips nice and level today. Exhale, draw the knee in and bring your shoulders over your wrists and then step it all the way up. Take the left knee to the floor. Tuck the back toes, reach up through the arms. Pull the right hip back as you sink forward into your low lunge. Try and keep the front ribs drawing in. As you exhale, circle the arms back and interlace the fingers. Inhale to open up through the chest. Exhale, maybe looking up just slightly as you continue to sink the hips. There's Elmer saying hello. Now we'll straighten the right leg. As you exhale, I'm going to fold over your straight right leg. Hands on blocks if it's hard to reach the floor. And pull the toes back. Right hip will draw back as you fold forward. Take another breath here and then sink the hips forward again on your inhale. Tuck the back toes. Exhale to plank. Knees up or down. Lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale again, cobra pose. Peel the chest up. Pull the hands toward the feet. Then exhale, press up to plank. Knees up or down. Lift the hips, downward dog. Inhale, floating the left leg back and up from the inner thigh. So not opening the hip this time. Just keep them level. As you exhale, I'm going to draw the knee in toward the belly, looking forward, and then swing it all the way up. Take the right knee down, keep the back toes tucked under. Come on up on your inhale, sweep up through the arms, spinning triceps forward, and start to sink your hips. As you sink the hips, drop your tailbone down, lift your hip points up. Exhale, interlace fingers, other pinky on top behind your back, and then start to open up through the chest, a little stretch in the shoulders here. Maybe looking up slightly, but not throwing the head way back. Keep sinking forward as you open up the chest a little more, and then bring the hands to the mat, straighten out the left leg and folding forward, half splits. Remember, put your hands on blocks if it's hard to reach the floor. Draw the left hip back as you stretch here. Nice steady breathing. And then rebend into the left knee and step back into plank. Knees can be up or down always. I'll slowly lower chaturanga, shoulders no lower than the elbows. Inhaling upward facing dog or stick with cobra, your choice. Now use your belly muscles to lift the hips up and stretch back into down dog. You don't have to roll over your toes. You can always tuck the toes under before you stretch back, but use those belly muscles to make the transition. Draw the lower belly in and up. Now we're spinning the triceps, the upper arms back. Look forward and step your feet to your hands. On the inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold and bending the knees as needed. Press down through the feet with a long spine. Sweep the arms up, ribs in, and spin the triceps forward here. Drop your tailbone down. Watch that the ribs don't pop out and the lower back doesn't arch. The front ribs draw in, tailbone lengthens down, back ribs lift. Now flex your wrists like you were pressing your palms onto the ceiling. And then release. Back to Tadasana. Find your Tadasana here, feet hips width apart or together. And inhale, sweep the arms up, spinning the triceps forward as you reach up, ribs and belly in. Exhale, fold over the legs, hips over the heels if you can straighten your legs. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. On your exhale, step back into plank. Keep the knees down if you like, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders over wrists, thighs up. Exhale, use the belly muscles, downward dog. Arms are shoulders distance apart, feet are hips width. As always, take the knees down to rest anytime you want to take a break. Push the pause button as needed. Look forward, step or hop your feet up. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, fold, crown of the head reaching down. Press down through the feet, sweep the arms up, spin the triceps forward, pinky fingers drawn toward each other. And then exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale again. Triceps spin forward. Exhale, fold over the legs, long spine. Inhale, come halfway up, offer your heart. Exhale, step back into plank. And knees can be up or down here. Holding plank a moment, heart forward, heels back, and tailbones reaching toward the heels. Then lower chaturanga halfway down. Knees can be down there as well. Inhaling to up dog. And then back into downward facing dog. So as we move through these sun salutations, we'll start to create some heat in the body. And as best you can, continue to turn the triceps, upper arms back. The biceps, inner upper arms toward the front of the mat, and press a little extra weight into the thumb and first finger side of your hands. And inhale, lift the right leg up from the inner thigh. Exhale, draw the leg and hold it here, shoulders over wrist. Do the best you can. Step it all the way up, spin the back heel flat for warrior two. So as you inhale, come up. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle. Lift the back inner thigh. Front heel is drawing down, front hip is drawing down. Gaze over the fingertips and then interlace your fingers behind you. Open the chest, inhale. Sweep your arms around you so that they are resting on your front hip crease. Then turn your gaze toward the side instead of turning it toward the front, and gently roll the left shoulder back. Keep your breath nice and steady. Press through the outer edge of your back foot. Now we'll straighten the front leg. Take the feet to parallel, toes a point, and keep the hands interlaced. Then inhale, open the chest. Exhale, coming forward into Prasarita Padottanasana, C position. So any amount you'll come forward, the arms will reach, but watch that the elbows don't lock out. Pull up on the kneecaps, firm the quadriceps, and then shift your weight slightly toward the balls of the feet. Squeeze the legs to come up on your inhale. Turn your right leg out again, arms up, warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms down, and come to chaturanga. Then inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward dog. You can always skip those vinyasas. Go right to downward facing dog anytime you wish. Inhale, the left leg up, lifts from the inner thigh. Exhale, draw the thigh into the belly, shoulders over wrist, press away from the floor, and then lightly step it up by the left, or right in the middle of the hands. Spin the back heel flat and to warrior two. Be sure the left knee is over the ankle and drop down through the left hip. Lift the chest, but let the shoulder blades relax. Interlace other pinky on top, open the chest, and then wrap them around to your left hip crease. Instead of looking forward over the left leg, look toward the side, toward the long side of the mat. Try and roll the shoulders back and widen through the collarbones. Press down into that front heel. Lift the back inner thigh as you breathe here. Straighten the left leg, feet to parallel, bring the hands right behind you. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale to come into Prasarita Padottanasana C. So if interlacing the fingers is just too intense for your shoulders, try hooking your thumbs or even holding onto a strap. That's a great variation. Watch where the weight is in the feet. If it's on the heels, shift it slightly forward and then inhale to come up. Turn the left leg all the way out, heel to arch with the feet. Exhale, windmill the arms down and back to plank, or go right to down dog if you wish. Chaturanga, inhaling up dog, exhaling back into downward facing dog. So we're building our strength and our stamina by increasing our vinyasas. But you can increase any way you wish. It doesn't have to be as many as I'm doing. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it up between the hands, back foot flat, warrior two. Again, line up front heel with the back arch. This time we'll straighten the front leg. If you have a block, put it on the pinky toe side of your right foot. Hinge from your front hip crease and lean as far forward as you can, taking the right hand down to the shin or the block and stretch up through the left fingertips. Try to lengthen from your belly all the way up to your chest, and try and lengthen especially from your right hip crease through your right armpit. Then take your left hand to your hip, bend the front knee, take the block 6 to 12 inches in front of you, pinky toe side of the foot, float the back leg up, half moon. Stretch up through the left arm if you're steady. And again, create that length. Now the tailbone reaching toward the heel with the left leg, crown of the head reaching forward. Slowly take the left hand to the hip again and come back to triangle pose. All the way back to triangle pose, pressing into the base of the big toe of the right foot. And then windmill the arms down. Make your way to down dog any way you wish. So vinyasa, inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, draw the knee in and step it between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, warrior two for a moment, and then we'll straighten the leg. Make sure you're lined up heel to arch. And hinging from the hip crease, reach forward, 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 and then take the left hand down. Stretch through the right arm, shoulders are in line. So the crown of the head will reach forward and then look up at the top hand. If that bothers the neck, look straight ahead or down. Keep pressing firmly into the base of the big toe of the left foot as the left hip moves underneath you. Create length through the torso, then right hand to hip, bend the left knee, and float the right leg up. Your left hand should be about 6 to 12 inches in front. Make sure it's on the pinky toe side of the foot. If you're wobbly, move your block further behind your back. Stretch up through the top arm. Again, finding that length. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of the left foot. Slowly back to triangle pose. Slide your block back, heel to arch. Make sure you're lined up. Looking at the top hand as long as it's okay on your neck. And then we'll take our vinyasa, coming back to plank and lowering through chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, use the belly muscles to lift the hips for downward facing dog. Remember to take a break if you like. You can always take the knees down, child's pose, push the pause button. This is your practice. So we're going to walk the hands all the way back to the feet and come onto the tops of the hands. So the backs of the hands with fingertips facing toes. It's going to stretch the wrists a little bit. Knees can be bent or straight. If you want to go deeper, walk the hands forward. Just pressing on the backs of the hands. Then bring them back toward the feet. Now press on the palms of the hands, fingers still facing the toes. So you stretch the wrists in the other direction. You could stay there, or deeper, you'll walk forward. Knees can be bent or straight. And breathe into those wrists. We're going to be using them today a lot. So walk the hands, turn them forward, walk yourself back into downward facing dog. Arms and ears in line. Look forward, bend the knees, keep your hips high. Step or hop your feet up. Take an inhale and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold, hips over heels. And inhale, press through the feet to reach out, around and up, ribs and belly in, triceps spin forward. Exhale, samastitihi, steady balance. So if you have two blocks, get them handy by the front of your mat. Finding your Tadasana pose here. Bend the knees, inhale into Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back into plank. Knees can be up or down here. Holding your plank, engaging the core muscles, the belly muscles, backs and knees lift if they're off the floor. Chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Use the belly muscles to shift back for down dog. Then lift the right leg up on your inhale. Again, level hips. Draw it in, shoulders over wrists. Hug that leg in toward the belly. And then step it up by the right hand. Walk your back foot in about a foot. Take your back foot flat, line up heel to heel. Hands on blocks. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to fold. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. If you have the flexibility and you want to go deeper, you can walk your hands back, fingertips facing the foot. You could also, if you don't have blocks, you can rest your hands on your legs or hands right on the hips. Draw the right hip back to keep your hips nice and level. Again, stretching out through the hamstrings. Now we'll bend the right knee, bring the blocks forward if you have them, and lift your left leg up from the inner thigh. Drop the outer left hip down. So instead of lifting it up, drop it down so your hips are level. Bring the chest forward, and then a little bend in the standing leg to bring hands to heart, warrior 3. And you can keep hands at heart. Ooh, a little wobble. Bring the hands back to the block and then walk your hands towards your standing leg. This is standing split. So as you lift the left leg, again, lift it from the inner thigh instead of letting the hips open up. Inhale, step the feet together. Halfway up. And then bend the knees. Plant the palms. Step to plank or hop. Landing right in chaturanga with your elbows bent. That's another option. Inhale, press up through the hands and feet. Exhale back into downward dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale, level hips. Exhale, draw that leg in toward the belly. Pause a moment, shoulders over wrists. And then step the left foot all the way up. Walk the back foot in about a foot or so. Take it flat, line up heel to heel. Hands on blocks or floor, inhale, lengthen, or hands on the leg, and exhale, fold over the leg without rounding the back. So hinge forward from the hips instead of bending from the waist. If you do happen to have the flexibility for it, you can walk the hands back. Never matters how deep we get into a pose, just so that we feel a stretch. So for me, in order to feel the stretch, I go in a little deeper because that's how I can feel it. Press into the base of the big toe of the left foot here as well. As you continue to draw the left hip back, and then look forward, hands on blocks if you have them. Lift your right leg up from your inner thigh. Keep your chest lifted, broaden across your collarbones. Keep dropping the outer right hip down so your hips are level. You can even check with your hand if you like. Then hands to Heart Warrior 3, or you can take your arms by your sides or reach them forward. Steady breath, and then hands back down to the blocks. Now walk them in towards your standing leg if you can. Continue to lift the right leg from the inner thigh. Let the outer hip still drop down so you have nice, level hips. Then we'll step the feet together. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. And now bend in the knees into Utkatasana, sit back, and then to Tadasana, back to Samastiti. Now I'm going to use a tree as my wall. You probably don't have a tree in your house, so find a wall near you. Get your back right up against the wall, and then put your block by your ankle bone. And that's just a measurement. So I'm going to use that to measure. Now put your hands where your block just was. So we're going to go upside down. If you have high blood pressure that's not controlled, if you have your ladies' vacation heavy, if you have an injury in the arms or the wrists or the back, don't do this. We're going to walk the feet up the wall. It looks harder than it is. Spin the triceps back toward the wall that you can see with your eyes. Lift the shoulders up away from the floor. Then walk yourself down, and now rest into child's pose. Oh, also, if you have glaucoma, you don't want to go upside down. So want to be careful. If you have osteoporosis, not a good idea to take inversions either. Let's do it one more time. Shorten down dog. Then walk one foot up as high as you can. Tuck the toes. Press the other foot up. So now your legs are up. This time, if the other one wasn't so difficult for you, walk your feet down about halfway and find a pike position. That'll be more difficult. So draw the belly in. Your hips might feel like they're going a little past the shoulders. So use the shoulder muscles to lift away from the floor. And then come down and right away into child's pose. I always want to take a child's pose immediately after going into an inversion like that. And just rest for a moment. So that was our handstand prep. It's a great way to strengthen your arms, your shoulders, your core. And let's make our way back into down dog now. Arms and ears in line, stretch back, inner thighs spinning back, weight reaching toward your heels. And now we'll come through and sit all the way to seated. And lie onto your back. Have a block handy just in case you want it. I'm going to set up for bridge. Take the feet hips distance apart. Outer edges of your feet are parallel. And then press into the heels. Lift the hip bones and then lift the hips all the way up. Low back, mid back, maybe upper back. Roll the shoulders under if you can. Interlace the fingers if you can. Otherwise, you can just keep the arms right down by your sides. If you have a block handy, take it between your inner thighs. So that's the direction you want your legs to spin. So the inner thighs will spin in toward each other. Keep the chin away from the chest, lengthen the neck. And then come down and rest a moment. Just let your knees draw in toward each other as you rest. Make sure that ankles are right under knees. You can do the same thing again, or wheel pose, upward facing bow. Come onto the crown of the head, line up your wrists and your elbows. Be sure your elbows are parallel, and then start to straighten the arms. Again, any amount. If you have a block, you can continue to squeeze it gently between the legs. Stretching out the front of the body. To come down, bring your chin into your chest first, and then come down. And if you have that block and you want to do supported bridge, take the block right to the base of your spine. I love supported bridge. It's so calming for me. Hopefully it is for you too if you're doing it. So let's come on back down. And then hug your knees into your chest and gently rock your side to side. Little circles on the lower back as you stretch out the spine and then start to rock back and forth. Take 2 or 3 rocks and come all the way up to seated. Extend the legs out in front of you for Dandasana. Pull the toes back. Bring your hands right next to your hips and then reach up on your inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, hinge from the hips forward. Inhale, find length again. Exhale, extend with length through the spine. So instead of rounding the back, we'll lead with the chest. Feel free to sit up on the edge of a blanket or a block to help give you more length in your spine. Keep pulling the toes back to keep the legs firm. This is called Paschimottanasana. Means Western intense stretch. And inhale, lift the head, and exhale to release. And now we'll bend the left knee, point it toward the front of the mat, and now put your right knee on top of your left knee, the best you can. You can sit up nice and tall or walk the hands forward. This is a hip stretch, so you probably feel it in your outer hips a little bit. And it's called Gomukhasana, Gomukhasana legs. So if you are folding forward again, instead of trying to round down, just lengthen forward. Now this is the best part. You're going to take your hands over toward your left foot and press the left foot down. Stand up, spin, spin, spin until the left knee is across the right knee. And this is so fun. Sit up nice and tall, knee on top of knee, and lengthen your spine. You can sit up and stay there, or exhale, walk yourself forward. I'm just breathing here. I practiced this hip opener for a while because I had really tight hips for a long time. But all the other hip openers would bother my knee, and I knew that I'm not supposed to feel any pain in the knee. So this one I could sit in and it didn't bother my knees, and as a result, my hips finally started to open. Let's come on up and then onto the back. Bring your right knee into your chest, extend the left leg out. As you exhale, twist, take the right knee off to the left side. Draw that right hip forward toward the left foot and then look over the left shoulder. Come back to center. Draw the left knee in, extend the right leg out, and then twist, taking the left leg over to the right side. Take your left hand to the left hip crease and just draw that down toward your left foot. This gives you a little extra length in the spine during your twist. Look over the left shoulder unless it bothers your neck. Keep your breath nice and long. And we'll make our way back to center. And into Shavasana. So I'm choosing to take the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop apart today. It's just my choice. You don't have to do that. You can also extend the legs out or keep the knees bent with your feet on the floor. Whatever position you choose for your Shavasana, be sure to just relax completely. And that is what it's all about. Quiet mind and quiet body in Shavasana. Today, I just have a short quote for us. It's from Arthur Rubinstein. It said, "I have found that if you love life, life will love you back." He said, "I have found that if you love life, life will love you back." Just continuing to rest for a few more moments. And then start to make movements in your fingers and your toes, arms and legs. Take a nice long stretch overhead. Right through the arms and the legs. And then bend the knees, roll yourself off to your right side, pausing just for a moment for gratitude. Think of one thing that you're grateful for today. And then use your left hand to press yourself up carefully. Sit up nice and tall. Have your palms come together. Let's bring our hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. And then hands to the heart to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And then hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. Sending out wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Oh my gosh, tomorrow is the last day. I can't even believe it. Don't forget to subscribe and push the like button. Leave us a comment. Let me know how it's going. And tell your friends. If you go to fightmasteryoga.com, you can join our mailing list and stay up to date on all of our happenings. If you shop on Amazon, we have a link there. It's like a banner. If you click it and it takes you right to Amazon, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help to support Fightmaster Yoga. And most importantly, I hope that you are loving your life so that your life is loving you back. Bye.